¿Quién pidió un mariachi?
Mira, ya
Tío, güey.
We're going over your song right now.
Well, let's do it, man.
Tengo todo lo que quiero y hasta de más. Amigos, mujeres, amores, podría decir que mi vida es ideal.
Ay, desde que te fuiste, nadie pregunta dónde estabas o a dónde vas. Mis noches son más tranquilas, podría decir que todo es felicidad.
Pero no es así, desde que no estás aquí. Se terminó el amor, contigo se marchó.
Pero no es así, la casa es fría y gris, las flores ya se secaron, sin tu amor se marchitaron.
Es que haces falta tú.
Y aunque a veces pretendas ser feliz sin ti,
Hoy demás, back on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show.com. What an introduction that we had right there for you guys, man. Ah, la
Yeah.
máquina, man, doing big things out there, man. Thank you for hanging out with us this evening. We got our newest member in the house. What's going on? Tina Martinez out there, going out there. Hope you can hear us
Hi,
out there.
Tina.
Let us know. I don't know if she's having technical difficulties, but she's out there. Can you hear us, Tina? Come back in and come back out, Tina. While she does that, we got a lot of special guests in the house this evening. I want to give a couple of shout outs real quick to a lot of people, man. We got Kendra Muniz in the house, which is our moderator for the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. She's in his house. We got Dottie Hernandez también out of San Antonio. We got Mercedes. Mercedes, we were in the house last night. We were on the show for almost 2 hours, man. How do we do it, man? I guess a lot of energy, right, to be on the show, right?
Yes. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Oh my gosh, man. And then and you know, when you get on the show, right, you know, you're getting ready. I mean, you're ready to be on, and then all of a sudden it's already time to go. You're like, hey man, I got time for one more song, and then it becomes 10 more songs because
Another
you get in
song.
the groove.
Another song.
No, it's just how it is, man. But first and foremost, man, I'm glad to be here on this day, man, because it is Taco Tuesday, man. If you don't know that, of course, I had some tacos. I had a couple of brewskis before the showdown, but yes, it is Taco Tuesday. But don't forget, man, December the 18th, our Christmas extravaganza is going down, man. We're going to have some big guests, and we got a lot of talent coming in, man. It's going to be a full-on show, man, and we might even bring our guest on tonight to that show. So we'll see what he's got going on. So we're working on different things, man. We got Gil Jimenez tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Working on different interviews, man. We got something on Monday next week. We got something on Tuesday. We stay busy, man, keeping us, our host and artists, and everybody's keeping us busy out there, man. But we do have a legend in La Casa, man. This guy's been around a long time. We're about to find out how long he's been in business. But this guy is the godfather of Tejano music, man. He's been around a lot of cities. And we're about to find out how he got started, how the band got going, and how he got going. That's what these interviews are about. I want to welcome in a good friend of mine. Thank you to Freddie Records. Thank you to Mercedes setting all this up. We got a big artist on the show tonight. I want to welcome in legendary, the Godfather, Mr. David Lee Garza, Los Musicales. What's going on, David?
How are you? Doing good. We're here in Texas. It's a little cool. I don't know if it's any colder in New Mexico, but we've been in the 30s this past 2-3 mornings.
Holy crap. Yes, it's been I just went outside right before the showtime, man. I was just outside, man. And, there was a lot of commotion going on. I seen police outside. I said, what the heck? I said, oh, la máquina. And then I started to get cold, so I went and got a jacket, wanted to be nosy. Then it was like 15 till. I was like, oh, crap, I got to go get ready for the show. Well, yes. Right now we're showing about 59 degrees, man. So to some people, that's a little chilly. I don't know what it's like over there in Kansas where Mercedes is at, but it is pretty cold out here. The wind chill feels a little colder than 59 degrees.
It's in the 20s over here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's too cold.
The lowest we go here is about 34 at night. I don't think it froze last night, but this morning it was like 34, 36 degrees.
Oh, wow.
Well, I don't like the cold. I don't like the summertime. I like it just to be right in the middle.
Right.
To me, 75, 70 degrees is perfect weather for me, man.
That's right.
Because I'm able to go do, the outdoor things, you can go play golf, you can go play disc golf, you can go play, what is it, cornhole. Now when it's cold like this, man, you can't do too much, right? So I'm going to ask you the first question. I'm going to let Mercedes ask some questions. We got a whole book here for you, David. Like I said, before showtime, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy calendar schedule to come and sit here with us on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show.com. So how did you come about becoming a musician? How did it all come about? Did somebody in the family start a band, or how did it all come?
Yeah, our dad, Tony Garza.
Wow.
He growing up, he learned how to play the guitar, and then he taught himself how to play the accordion. So he was a musician, and he would help bands around the Poteet area. And there was always music at our house. So I was I was always listening, and sometimes he would bring the guys to practice at the house, and I would check everybody out, and I said, "Man, I want to do that. I want to play the drums." So the drummer would leave the drums there sometimes, and I get on the drums and start banging on them, and my dad would, play the bajo sexto and sing, and I'd be playing along the drums. And after a while, I told him, "Okay, Dad, this is boring. What else can I do?" And he said, "You want a challenge?" I said, "Yeah." So he goes in the closet and brings out an accordion, a
Wow.
box. I didn't know what it was, accordion. It was a box. He opens it up, and I asked him, "What's that?" He said, "This is the accordion." I said, "Oh, and I'm gonna teach you one song, one polka, and see if you can learn it. If you learn it, then you're on your own,
Holy crap.
because I can't be teaching you every polka there is." And I said, "Okay." Well, he taught me one polka, and then from there on, I took it upon myself to learn, right? But of course, I
Exactly.
get stuck sometimes, and I would ask him, "Am I doing this right, or how did this go?" And he'd show me a little bit, But for the most part, I had to learn on my own.
No, but
Wow.
that is awesome, man, to express that and experience that because I mean, and in this day and age, right? There's not a lot of people that want to teach anybody how to perform, how to do do music and write and put it all together. But you know, your dad taught you the right way. He's like, hey, man, if you're gonna perform, here's an accordion. Go out there. I'm gonna teach you this one time, and look at you now. Look what you've been doing now since that one time. And then and then the thing is, you put your mind to it.
Yeah,
And that's what I need to do. I got, like I said, I got an accordion too, so I think I need to play that one polka like David Lee, and just go on from there, man.
who was that polka you played on the opening the show? I had never heard it.
That's a oh my gosh, I have it queued up right here. It is let me get it for you, David. Over here. I have it over here somewhere, right here on my list over here. That is Tejano Boys. Tejano Boys polka.
Okay, no, I never heard it. I was listening. It's a pretty good, real nice polka.
And I like it too. So no, but yes, I mean, like I said, keep continuing, man. I love the new song you guys just put out. I love the music you guys been putting out as well. I mean, I can't express this enough, man. With these artists, it's hard to get in the studio. It costs, to put out the track, put out the videographer, get a videographer, and compose it. And you don't want to just put out something that's going to be very cheap. So you want to spend the money and do it the right way, get the right professional studio behind it. And right now, you guys are right behind Freddie Records. So professional sound company, they do everything by the books, man. They're awesome. But I always like to say this because it's hard for these artists to put out music, and everybody's like, well, how come they're not putting out music? Well, for one, it costs us a little bit of money to get something going.
Right, right. Yeah, it's a good process. It's a long process. Getting a song, learning it, and I get a lot of songwriters sending me songs all the time, and I tell them, it could be a real good song, but if it doesn't fit the band, we're not going to do any justice to it. So we have to keep on looking for more songs. So it's a long process.
No, it is very is a long process. So, David, you've been around this. You've been around the genre a long, long time. So, how many bands did you get to open up for when you started, and who did you look up to as a musician?
And we opened up for so many bands. Starting when we very first started the band, it was just David Garza y su conjunto, and
Wow.
we opened up one time for the Relámpagos in Pearsall, Texas, and that was a treat. I mean, back in the day, you wouldn't hardly open for a band from Mexico.
Right.
It was always a thing that they would say that they were union, and you had to be union in order to be on the same bill as them. But we were union and stuff, and so they hired us to play and open up for them. And then, of course, all these other bands, my compadre Roberto Pulido, Los Clásicos, we opened for them one time, and he took us on the road. He said, "Man, have y'all ever recorded?" And we said, "Well, we play everybody's music, but we have a couple of 45 single records that we did back in the day, but not nothing new. And so he said, I'm gonna try to get y'all a recording contract at Falcon Records down in the valley in El Valle de Texas. And we went over there and recorded an album, OCD, and they released maybe one or two singles, and then nothing happened after that. So we were kind of discouraged. We said, well, what do we do? And we went to Corpus Christi when Hacienda Records was recording a lot of bands, and we went over there and we actually paid. We paid to record a 8-track tape. If you remember what that is, an eight-track tape and a single record, and it was released in about, I would say it took about a little over a month for them to release it. Well, they released a single right away.
Exactly.
The 8-track tape, they released it about a month later, and we got it, and we would sell it at our gigs and everything. And then one day, there's a radio station here down the street where we live in Pleasanton, Texas. It was called KBOP Radio, and I knew the DJ there, and he started playing one of the songs off the 8-track tape. And I called over there and I told him, how did you get that song off the 8-track tape? And he said, oh, no, it's an album. I said, what? He said, yeah, it's an album. I'll be right there. And it took me about 10 minutes to get there. And I see it. And yeah, sure enough, Hacienda got real good response from Cuatro Caminos, the song. And the 8-track tape, they turned it into an album. Wow. So I called them up, as Hacienda Records, and talked to Mr. Garcia. And I told him, why is this an album? He said, well, we got real good response, a lot of airplay with Cuatro Caminos, and we just decided to make it an album. And from now on, y'all don't have to pay to come and record here. I said,
fantastic.
We actually signed a 5-year contract with them. Back in the day, you had to sign a contract. They wouldn't just record one album and say, see if you stick around, or you might jump to another company or whatever. Exactly. So they kind of took you down. We did a 5-year contract with them, and we did like the 4, possibly. I know we did 5, and after that 5th one, we didn't re-sign with them because they had so many bands, and we felt like, okay, they're not paying attention to us, but that's a record company. A record company does the best they can, with what they have and everything. And then when they have a lot of bands they have to cater to, well, you kind of feel left out, but that's not really the case. They can only do so much. So we jumped to another company, and we went to San Antonio, Cara Records, talked to them, and they signed us up. And then Cara sold to Sony, and we did an album on Sony International. Right. And then Sony, we jumped to Capitol Records. So we were at Capitol Records a long time, and 8 or 10 years, I think.
Wow. And I mean, that's awesome, David, because, back then, everything was so kind of smoother to put a little bit of album together or a little single together, because back then they didn't have all this technology like we do now, cell phones, iPads, computers. Back then yes, of course it was a little harder to put out a track or put out an EP or whatever it was for the radio or what you're promoting for your single. But nowadays everything is just a click of a button. You can just go to Amazon or Google and say, hey, what can I get to get a sound equipment for a recording studio, and it tells you what bundles, and it may cost you, $25,000 or $10,000 to get going, and you can do it from the house, the studio of your home. And same thing with these interviews. Think about it, man. With these interviews nowadays, you can do it on the phone, you can do it virtual, you can do it a pre-recorded technology. Back then they didn't have that, so it's kind of fortunate, to have all this stuff nowadays for these artists, man. And some of them put it to use and some people don't, to me, if I was a recording artist, even if I had my own studio, I would like to have my own engineer. So I might as well just go to the professionals and just pay them their monthly fee or their yearly fees and let them do the work, man. And to me, that's just me being if I was an artist, get it done by the professionals, save the headache, and go get it done right. So, but you've been able to do that, with Sony and Capitol and Hacienda and putting out music out there, being that, Now you don't even have to sign a contract. Now you just sign little piece of paper here, or you come to an agreement. Hey, you know what? We're gonna come over here and record for a minute, and I mean, some labels are like that. Some labels are not. So I mean, you had the benefit of signing the contract. Nowadays it's not even contract; it's virtual contracts now.
Right.
They
Yeah,
send
I
it
have
by
a fun story with Freddie. I'd always see the albums of Freddie Martinez, and
exactly.
Los Chachos, Mayo, Los Casinos de Cecilio Garza, and you name it. There was a lot of bands recorded at Freddie as like they did it at Hacienda Records. But we never approached Freddie. We were busy over here in San Antonio, and they're in Corpus, of course.
Exactly.
But about 2 years ago, maybe a little over 2 years now, we ran into Freddie. I ran into Freddie in Las Vegas at the convention, the annual convention, and he said, you still have your own label?" I said, "Yeah, we still DLG Records. We put out our own music. Where do you record?" I said, "In San Antonio, ahí with Gibby Velasquez." "Oh, okay. Well, maybe when we get back from Vegas, everything settles down. Let's sit down and talk." And I said, "Oh, okay." I told my brothers, and they got all excited. "Wow, Freddie wants to talk to us." I said,
Right.
"Yeah." Because, well, of course, one thing, when you have your own label, you got to dish out some money to manufacture, to produce it, and for every little thing you have to win. And so we've been doing that for 10 years, I think, 8, 10 years that we had our own label, that we went independent. So going back, I talked to Freddie, and then 2 years go by, and I would go and record for Jimmy Gonzalez there at Freddie's Studios in Corpus, and I'd see Freddie there. "Hey, how you doing?" "All right, all right." "Hey, we need to talk." "Yeah, we'll talk." And then he'd be busy, he'd leave. I'd leave. I come back home. Well, then I met up with him again in Vegas, and he said, "Okay, let's try this again. When we get back, let's talk." I said,
Exactly.
"Okay." So it happened that Jay Perez asked me to go do accordion on his song, "Vino Maldito," I believe the song.
Yes, sir.
And I did it, and then I went and did another song. But I went to the studio at Freddie in Corpus, and he said, "You got time to talk?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Let me show you the place area." So he showed me the whole Freddie Records warehouse and the offices and everything. And he
Exactly.
said, "Have you ever seen our main office?" I said, "No." "Our conference room?" "No." He said, "You got time?" I said, "Yeah, I got time. I already done the song with Jay there." And yeah.
Exactly.
So we sat down, and he said, "No, I know it took a long time." He said, "But you get busy. I get busy. You get busy. We're doing this. We're doing that. And by the time you know it, the year's gone by." So, and he said, we want to offer you a contract here with us, with Freddie Records." And I said, "Okay, good. What do you have?" And he told me. I said, "Well, let me go back and talk to my brothers and see what we can do. I'm pretty sure we're interested, but I need to pass it by them." My two
Exactly.
brothers,
Right.
Adam and Richard, that they're in my band also. So once I came back, we came back, and we said, "Yeah, we're up, we're down." And I had just recorded an album, this one that we're waiting on right now. And he said, "I heard you saying in the studio that y'all had just finished the CD." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, what if we put that one out on Freddie, and not waste no time? You're gonna put that out, and then you're gonna want to wait, a year before you start recording again." And I said, "No, that'll work." Because I told him, "Let me bring the album, the CD, and you listen to it. And if you're cool with the songs, and we'll go with it." And he said, "Yeah, let's do that." So I go back to Corpus, and we sit down there in the studio, and they play song by song, and "Oh, no, that's all musicales there. Oh yeah, that's straight up musicales style." And I like the song, and I like what song, who wrote that song, and I would tell them this guy wrote it. And where did you get it? Or this, I got this one from. It's an old casino song, or it's an old whatever song.
Exactly.
Oh, no, I like it. So yeah, no, let's do this one. We'll put this one out as Freddie. So we're working on it right now. We did a video, uh, the single también, Atormentando. We did that one, and we did a video on it. and we just did another one, that the one with Pete Studio. I was after Pete. I mean, like, I hounded him for about 10 years, and he said, "I got the song. I got one for you. I got one." And finally nailed him down and said, "Hey, you have the song or not? I already sent it to you." I said, "I never heard it." He said, "Well, I sent it to Joey, your manager." I said, "Well, I still haven't heard it." So I told Joey, "Hey, he sent you a song." "Yeah, I sent it to you, Dave." I said, "No, you didn't." Anywho, he said, "I'm going to send it to you right now." So he sent it to me, and I said, "I like it. I like it." And I said, and we're going to go record it at Freddie Records. So maybe if you have time, why don't you sing along with Cesar? It'd be a good idea, do a duet there with Cesar and the band. And he said, "Yeah, I can do that." So we pitched with the song. We laid the tracks down over there in Corpus. And Hector Gutierrez is a keyboard player. Used to play keyboards with me uh, back in the late '90s, I think. And he uh, he works for Freddie Records también, and he's a producer. I told him, "Here's this cumbia. Can you make it sound like the musicales?" He said, "Yeah, of course I can." I was a musical for 3 or 4 years or whatever, however long he was with us. So he put it together, and I went and put my accordion, my brother's a bass, and the rest of the guitars and everything. And we came out with this cumbia de Me Haces Falta Tú, with Pita Studio. And we did the video there at the studio. I told Freddie, "You know what? It's kind of hard because the musicales, we're 8 members in the band. And someone from San Antonio, myself, my brother's right here in Poteet. My sax player is from Houston, and I told, and Cesar is from Robstown, close to Corpus. So I told Freddie, "You know what? We're gonna do a video, but it's hard to get all my guys together at one time. So let's do it at your studio." And we already laid down the track, and it'll just be me and Cesar, Pete, my brother Richard, Hector on the keyboards, and we can put it together. Yeah, he said, "No, do it. We don't want to waste more time." But okay. So that's our latest right now. He played a little bit of it a while ago. Me haces falta tú.
I
Yes,
love the song. Just to let you know, I love it.
right. We
I
all
play
love
it
it,
daily.
David. We all love it over here, man. When I'm really good friends with the whole Martinez family out there in Corpus, with Freddie and Freddie Jr. and Mark Martinez and the whole sound engineers out there that do all the recordings for you guys and all the people that are on their label and stuff. And they send us all the music, man, and they get our opinions, right? And that's what they're doing, man. They're getting the opinions from the fans, from the DJs, from the radio stations. And when Mark sends it to me, man, I'm just like, oh my gosh, man, this is old school, man. This is David Lee, man. This is an awesome track. I don't know how many times I've played it since I got the song. It's doing very well. And the thing is, we don't even got a radio station over here. This is my podcast. This is my radio station. Eventually I'm gonna get what do you call it? I'm gonna get a radio station eventually once I hit the lottery. But we do a music show quite often, and we get a lot of requests. And I play the song all the time since it's been out. Since they y'all just released it. And but the song is doing very, very well from what I see on the charts. And I got my own top 10 countdown. I just put it on my top 10 countdown as well. So it's about to be out on first thing in the morning. So my countdown is going to be out. So you're going to be able to go request the David Lee got us a new single with Peter Sorido. David, what is it like to work with all these talented musicals, man? These guys, that are in the studio, in the industry, striving. I mean, you got Roberto Pulido, Bobby Pulido, you got all these guys, right? Yourself, you got Cesar Martinez, you have all these talented musicians. What is it like working with all these different musicians?
It's awesome, man. It's awesome. I did, when I first started doing recordings with other people. The first band that I recorded, well, I had recorded some other local bands in San Antonio, but the first major band was Grupo Mas. Jimmy Gonzalez called me up and he said, "We want to try accordion on with our music," and they're a keyboard band, right? They we want to try an accordion. But it's fine. He said, "We have a song. It's called Decide." And I said, "Okay." And I just went in the studio in San Antonio. They were recording in San Antonio, and I went and laid the track down there. I think I did one, maybe two songs, and then after that, he would call me like every album or every other album. Hey, I got another song for you, or two songs, and I'd go and man, it was awesome because I mean they're professionals, they're at what they do, and you just go and you try to fit in with them, and I guess they liked what I did because they kept calling me back. And then after I recorded, they had to find an accordion player because they said, "Oh, we'll go to our gigs and we need an accordion player." So they found Frankie Caballero, awesome accordion player, and he started recording with them. And then Homero, and they had their share of two or three other accordion players that went through their band. But it was an awesome experience watching them put the music together. I mean, we would do it ourselves, but we didn't. I didn't think nothing of it. That we're like Gilbert Velasquez says, we're all professionals here. But yeah, I guess we are. But seeing other professionals do what they do in the studio, it's magic, man.
Well,
No.
you're amazing. You're completely amazing. So I have a question.
Okay.
What's something fans would be surprised to learn about you?
I guess that I'm a homebody now. After the pandemic, I mean, I was out and about every day and every weekend working, of course. But if there
Yeah.
was a dance here, dance over there, and I get invited, well, yeah, I'll go. Well, after that pandemic, I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but of course, most of us had the COVID, and
Yeah.
staying home that 1 year, not playing anywhere. I kind of enjoyed it because I started playing music when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I think myself, my brother Adam, the drummer, we started David y Garza su conjunto back in 1968, and we
Mhm.
figured out that we've been doing this for 50 years, 54 or 55 years. So when that
Wow.
pandemic,
Wow.
that we didn't play for that 1 year, I became a homebody, man. Now I like being home. We work on weekends and sometimes weekdays, but if I don't have to go anywhere, I'd rather be home. That's
Nice.
one thing I think a lot of people don't know about me.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. What else? Let me see. I have like a plethora of questions for you. If somebody was listening to you for the first time, how would you describe your music to them?
Dance music. I think every time we go and perform, we like to make people dance. Now, if there's be a we play bodas and quinceañeras still once in a great while, and when we do,
Yeah.
it's the longest night of our life of the year or something because the people that go to a wedding, I always say this: weddings and quinceañeras, they're not dance people. They're not people that go to the dance every weekend that support. They support your music, of course. They'll buy it and listen to it, but they
Yeah.
don't go out to your performances. So those people will go and just sit there, and we're playing our butts off, and I look around at my band, and are we not playing something right? And everybody says,
Right.
no, no, no. They just don't want to dance. Oh, okay. And we try everything. We try polka, ranchera, cumbia, a slow song, country, and they're the hardest people to get up to dance at a boda
Mhm.
en la quinceañera.
Got it. What's your favorite music to play? Like, is it cumbia? Is it ranchera? Is it what's your favorite?
Polkas. I like polkas and
Yeah.
huapango. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can see
One of
that.
the few
I can
bands
see that.
still play huapangos. I because my dad taught me huapango, redova, chotis, vals,
Hmm.
and we playing at a dance, and we want to let Cesar rest a little bit. So I'll do a polka, and then I'll go into a huapango, then a redova, a
Hmm.
chotis, and a little bit of a vals, and let him rest a little bit. But at the same time, and I tell the people, when was the last time you heard this? There's a lot of bands that just go and play their hits, and they never
Yeah.
veer off to show where they came from. So I
Yeah.
like to do that and keep it on, let people know that somebody still plays all those music.
I know. That's why you're so amazing. If you could give advice to somebody who is just starting out in the industry, what advice would you give them?
practice, practice, practice. I get that all the time. Young accordion players, even older accordion players, they had bought an accordion. What do I need to do? I said, practice. Just practice, practice. My dad would make me practice every day. My friends, my neighbors would be outside playing football, baseball, basketball, and I'd be looking at them through the window. And I had to practice. And of course, I didn't have to practice all day, but I
Yeah.
had to practice every day, and then go outside and play with my friends and stuff like. Main thing to do if you're going to start playing any instrument, you have to practice and just over and over and over, and maybe play it for somebody that knows a little bit about music. It's no use of you playing it, and if you're learning it wrong. So if somebody knows about music, you might want to play it for them, and they can tell you you're doing it right or you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Do you get a lot
Practice.
of accordion players coming to you asking for advice?
Yeah, and some of them tell me, "How come my accordion doesn't sound like your accordion?" I said, "It's not the accordion; es el mono, como quien dice." Everybody has their own feel and own style, right? And you
Style,
did.
yeah.
I mean, when I started playing canciones de los relámpagos, de los cachorros, de Conjunto Bernal, and Los Hermanos Ayala, some of my favorite bands. And then later, pues, Cachos, and I love that kind of music. So I just, you kind of develop something yourself, I guess, after you play it so many years.
How in the music industry now, how do you see your music evolving with the music that is now in the 25th century?
Well, we try to do something every album that we do, and try new sounds and listen to what's out there. Of course, Norteño is very heavy right now, and a lot of people start playing and they want to play like Intocables and Grupos Pesados and guys like that. And we enjoy it. We like that music too, but you have to have something special to play that music también. You can't just say, "Hey, I'm going to start a band tomorrow and we're going to sound like Los Cachorros or like Los Relámpagos." I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do. But you just, like I said, through the years, you develop your own style and try to do the best you can.
Yeah. You keep your own sound, but add a little flair to it, so to speak.
What was that?
That's awesome. I have to say that I've been listening to you since I was young. Like I used to be do you remember Desperados in San Antonio?
Do I remember?
Desperado
Yes.
nightclub. You remember that? Yeah, with Ana
Yeah.
Ramirez. Yeah, well, I
Yes.
used to work with her at Desperado nightclub.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
and I remember you guys always being there. I remember, all the bands coming in and out. And I've just been listening to you since I was a little girl. And your music is just amazing. And it's always inspired me. And I'm a songwriter and I'm an artist as well. And I just love your music. And you have just been a big inspiration to me. I just need you to know that. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, David, how do you feel with the success of Jay Perez and Marcos Orozco since you played with them? How do you see what do you think about their success and how do you feel about
They're
their success?
doing great. I mean, all these guys that come through my band, the first one was Ram Herrera, and then he left, and then Emilio came in. And at first, we were kind of devastated. The band itself, we were like, we were doing good with Ram Herrera, and then Ram decides to leave, go on his own, and do his thing, which we found out later, that's what all lead vocalists want to do. They want to make a name for themselves. So we never held nobody back. We didn't tell any of them, "Hey, you can't go. You got to stay with us." If they come and they help us, they do their thing, and then they want to go off and become the lead singer with their own band, and it feels great. Now these guys doing awesome. Jay Perez, Marcos is doing great. Oscar G is still out there, and so many of them, that are still doing what they like to do is to sing.
No, that's very awesome that you got. And here's the thing, David. You get to you got to share the stage with these guys, in your lifetime. And a lot of these musicians now, man, are just like, man, how did they get that, or how did you do that? And you just got to work your butt off, and just be humble, and things come. And I know I get a lot of artists that are on the show. I do a lot of artists, and they always ask, they're always put out there. We always ask them, like, hey, who would you like to sing a song with? And they put it out there on the air, and hopefully they reach out to them, and they do a collaboration, and they make it happen, right? So we got another question right here from Dottie Hernandez. Says, she puts right here, what is your most ultimate favorite song of yours? She says, what is your most favorite song?
I guess the latest ones. I mean, we recorded so many albums already. Actually, like on this new one, the new Freddie, the one that's going to be out on Freddie. The title of it is going to be 3225. It's our 32nd album that we've ever recorded, and the guys in the band say, "Really, you really thought it real hard about that name?" And I said, "No, it's not that. It's just people are always asking, how many albums do you have or have you recorded?" And we went back and started counting, and this is like our 32nd album. So that's how the name of this new one came about. And then I told Freddie, and Freddie said, yeah, I like it. Because we had 1392, we've had 15, 20, 2715, and now it's 3225. Like, we have puros numbers.
Man, I mean, just to go back, man, 32 albums, man. That's a lot of recordings. And some of these artists are barely doing one album at a time. And I mean, of course they're younger, right? And they're trying, and I see everybody trying, because this industry is not easy. And you said it right. These weddings and quinceañeras, when you perform at these places, people don't get up and dance, man. And I'm a DJ, and I try to get people to dance with cumbias, tejano, reggaeton, and nobody bites, man. Nobody bites. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of like you with the band too, también, man. I'm like, what am I not playing? That's not getting people on the dance floor.
Yeah. So Cesar will be playing like that, and nobody dancing, and Cesar will say, "Se vale bailar, se vale. You can dance. Don't just sit there." Yeah.
Yeah.
So David, I know this is kind of a crazy culture, right? A cultura for our onda, right? They always say, to me, I don't think Tejano has ever died. I just think it's slowed down. To me, that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. But there's a lot of dances, that back 30, 40 years ago, when you guys were booming, and still booming to this day. But back 30, 40 years ago, I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even sometimes Monday through Sunday, these bars, these clubs were getting busy. And what do you think has changed with our Tejano? What do you see a difference in our genre?
I honestly, I can't say just that the music changed, radio changed the music. Lots of radio stations came up, popped up, playing more norteño music, other kinds of music, and our Tejano radio stations started going away, because it's all about the money. The radio stations, Tejano versus a norteño radio station, of course, there's more revenue. Of course, the norteño, porque hay mucho mexicano. There's a
Exactly.
lot of mexicanos everywhere, and they back up the radio station. They buy from the HEBs or whatever advertisement is there. And our Tejanos, started veering off a little bit. They like Tejano, but they like norteño too, and I don't blame them. Hey, growing up, I was listening to Los Relámpagos, Ramón y Cornelio Reina. So I was telling somebody just the other day, we accepted that a long time ago. People now are saying, are you going to accept Tejano, or norteño? You accept it? I said, we did that a long time ago, back in the 60s, and it was
Mhm.
Ramón y Cornelio Reina. They changed the ball game completely, being from Mexico, but they played kind of our style, and they were just 4-piece band, no keyboard, no saxophone. So and we took a liking to that, And look at Ramon Ayala still going strong. Uh, Maybe he might be just doing it this next year or whatever, ¿verdad? Pero look at all the years since the 1960s when they came out. So, and not just Ramon, los Cachorros. Juan Villarreal is a real good friend of mine, the Cachorros, the accordion player of the Sun. Nico también, ¿verdad? And they're still going strong, and they evolved a little bit. Their music changed a little bit, but still basically the same. So what we did, if you listen to Cuatro Caminos album that we recorded back in 1978 and one right now, there's not a lot of difference, but we try to keep it fresh. Back in the day, we wouldn't play a lot of cumbias, and now we play a little bit more cumbias because you have to cater to what the people like, of course. And right now, the cumbias are outnumber the Tejano, the rancheras, that we call. Pero we still do rancheras. That's our favorite.
No. The thing is, you're very right about that because you know, and everybody always tunes into the show, right? And I've been doing this going on 4 years, and especially the podcast. And I was on a radio station for about 7 to 8 years, and then I kind of got out of that, and then I came and did the podcast, and I've been here ever since. So, and it's my own show, but I've seen a lot of difference of a little bit of music changes. I get a lot of people that are tuned in. Why are you playing Tejano music? Well, because I love Tejano music. To me, it's not dead. To me,
Right.
um,
No.
to me, I think there's not enough support in it, and I'm even seeing it now with norteño or norteña. I'm also seeing also that kind of music kind of like not die out, but also go another route as well. And to me, like I said, it's not going to go away because I'm going to keep pushing. What I love is Tejano music because I'm going to keep pushing as much as I can, as far as I can. I mean, because you get all these people that are tuned in, they'll be like, "Oh, well, why are you playing that? Or why are you playing this? Ooh, que la máquina." Well, for one, it's my show, so I could put it out there. So, um, I mean, I wish I could bring a Tejano band to Roswell, man. It's tough out here, man. The market out here for Tejano music is tough. It's real tough. But if I bring a band that's got norteño, oh my gosh, I guarantee I could pack it and sell out the
And
event center,
like I said, there's Mexicanos everywhere. They support them. They support the norteño bands, which is fine. And there's some Tejano fans that support it too, which is fine también.
Exactly.
You get to, like, friends of mine tell me we went to see Intocable because they only come over here once a year or maybe twice a year. And we're gonna pay the big bucks, and they'll pay the big bucks, man. A ticket, for $80, $120 a ticket, and I said the Tejano, well, we're kind of limited. We're mostly Texas, and we play in San Antonio twice, 3 times a month. So we can't charge $80 for somebody to go see us because I've heard them say it before. We'll just wait. They're gonna play at the Market Square, and it's free. Next week or 2 weeks from now or next week, next month. Pero no, it's good. Like I said, there's a Mexicano, and the Mexicanos like Tejano also. We've been invited to play out of state, and we go play, and I feel kind of weird because it's a Mexican crowd. Eh, they like Tejano, but they're Mexicanos, and they support their norteño. And of course, if you go to their city, they'll support you. We do Houston is a real good market for us, and we'll go to a Mexican show because we get hired to it, and we're the only Tejano band. The rest of the bands are norteño, and I'm kind of nervous, like, oh my god. Pero I close my eyes and I say, okay, just pretend we're in Monterrey. Monterrey loves Tejano. We can go to Monterrey once a month if we want. And they love Tejano music. They like conjunto music, which they call Tejano. They love Tony La Rosa, Los Dos Silbertos, and they say this is Tejano. And to me, that's Tejano conjunto. Yeah, okay. Pero Tejano to me is more progressive, like what we do, like Desperados there's so many bands. I always wanted to make a point also. The orquestas faded out a little bit. Uh, Back in the day, you were either a orquesta or a conjunto, and then my compadre Pulido kind of combined both of them because he had two saxophones and the accordion. He never had a keyboard, but he combined those two, and that's what the clásicos sound like. And our music is similar to that, but I only have one saxophone. I have a keyboard player and the accordion, so we make up for that. But I hated to see that the orquesta, the Latin breeds, the Tierra Tejana, and guys like that. You don't see a lot of bands like that. La 45 is doing a great job. Keeping it alive. Como quien dice, they're the young generation of orquesta. Pero we lost that a while back. Pero it doesn't go away. It's still there. As like Tejano's still there.
Yeah. You know what I miss? I miss the when the Tejano Music Awards like first started, and it was like a huge thing, and like Coca-Cola was involved, and like they like celebrated Tejano music like hugely, and it was just like a big thing, and everybody was like so involved, and it was like so celebrated. I miss those times so much. Emilio Navaira, and God rest his soul, and just like it was just such a big production and just so celebrated. I miss those times so much, like so much.
I went to, I think, the second Tejano Music Awards show ever. They first started and we'd heard about it, but then like the second or third one, I think that's when we got involved, and we were already recording, and we got nominated, and upcoming band of the year or whatever, new band. And then the following year, you have to follow up with something good, because what use is it award for upcoming band? Then the next year you were nowhere to be found. So we had to follow up, and we went back in the studio, recorded it, and we got we won say the album of the year and song of the year. So we never gave up. And I miss those days too. Like you said, you see all the artists come together at one event. That was at the Tejano Music Awards. It was awesome seeing Emilio, Ram, Salina, La Mafia. You would see all these that we don't hardly get to see each other because we're always working, and cada quien por su lado, right? We hardly ever work together. But the Tejano Music Awards was one of the shows that everybody would come together and make it a success. With the big sponsors, of course.
Yeah, and just celebrate each other. Yeah, and celebrate each other, and it was just so amazing. I loved going and just seeing everybody and celebrating with everybody, and it was a big thing. Everybody was clapping for each other, and just performing there was an honor, and just getting the award was an honor, and it was just so celebrated. I miss those days so much. Like it was just,
and everybody would dress up, all the ladies dressed up. Everybody had
even the men, yeah. It was like a big thing. Like everybody dressed up, and it was just so celebrated, and everybody was there for each other. And if they didn't win, they didn't care. They were just, it was just such a community of the Hispanic culture. And it still is, but at the beginning of it, it was just so different than it is now. Yeah. I miss those times, like big time. Yeah. We need that back.
Right?
Yeah, we do. We need that back.
and just to elaborate on that a little bit, man, to me, I think what kind of put that a little bit away is, the way our cultura is, man, our people, there's so much envy, there's so much negative about somebody doing something great, right? Always, well, I could do this better, and there's just so much hatred going on with the legendary artists, the new DJs, the new podcasts. Everybody just, to me, if there was a big old venue, and if everybody was to come to one thing all at one time, to me, I think our cultura will be back to where it's at. Because to me, I see too much. I'm just like, oh my gosh, just like, what the heck is going on here?
I know, right?
And it's
Yeah.
just sad, man, of how our cultura is, man. To me, support, man. I know it's tough to support David Lee, but please, guys, support David Lee. They're doing their thing out there. They're putting out the music. They're putting on a show for you guys. Please support as much as you can to these artists because that's how they're able to put out music, put out videos, put out merchandise. And you know, David, I can never express that enough, man, because that's how you guys and other musicians and other artists are able to put out content for the fans. If you're not supporting the artist, or how they're supposed to put money in their pocket to get the recordings done, to get merchandise done, and to travel, and just support these artists, man. And if you see David in a town near you, hey, buy that ticket for $30 or $25, whatever it is, at the door. Support these artists because you just never know, man. And David was right. When you see Intocable or somebody big, you're gonna pay $200 to go see them because you never seen them. So I mean, if you could pay $200 to go see a bigger band or bigger artist because you haven't seen them, well, you know what? You could pay for a David Lee Garza or Marcos Orozco or Jay Pettis kind of band. So to me,
Excuse
support.
me, David Lee Garza is big. Pardon me.
Well, well, yes, he's big, but he
Yeah,
was
I'm about
saying,
250 pounds.
No,
but
not that, not like that. No, he's big. He's a big name.
no,
He's a big
David,
name artist.
Oh,
David is
okay.
David is big. No, David is big, but like he was saying, with these people going to go see Intocable for $200, $80 a whack. If you could afford that, you could afford David Lee Garza. You could afford Jay Perez. You could afford Ram Herrera. Just like I said, man, just support. If I lived in Texas, I'd be at every one of you guys' show. I'd probably be broke. I'd probably be getting kicked out, man. No, but to me, it's just all about supporting our onda, our cultura, man. It's what it's all about, and we're proud of what David's doing, man, because it's not easy to do what you're doing for 55 years, man. I mean, think about it. 55 years ago, what could you have done 55 years ago? I mean, people don't know, right? You don't know what you're gonna do. Like me, I'm 30 years old. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna still do. I don't know if I'm gonna continue running the podcast for another 30, 40 years. I mean, I may be in a wheelchair being on a podcast, but this is something that I love to do. I love to give
You
back to
will.
our
Love
fans.
it, you will. Um,
No, but
we have to say, Mr. Liam says, "Hi, Grandpa Dave."
Mr. Liam, yeah, that's my grandson. My
Yeah, he
grandson
says,
Liam.
"Hi, Grandpa Dave." Hi,
Oh,
Grandpa Dave.
Camila. Camila's my granddaughter, it's brother and sister there.
Okay, well,
Yes.
he says, "Hi, Grandpa Dave."
All right.
Hi, Liam. Hi, Liam.
hello, guys. Hello, everybody checking in.
Right.
So David, any of your kids, grandkids learning music? Or are you teaching them, or
They
are they
like
involved?
the music, Liam and Camila. They're my one of my boys' kids. Eric. Eric's the dad, but the kids they like Grupo Frontera. They know a lot of the Grupo Frontera songs, cumbia that I listen to them and they'll be listening to them and they'll be singing the song. Well, you know that song? Oh yeah, because they listen to that radio, I guess or the internet stations playing that, which is good. All music is good. I'm not gonna say one's better than the other. All music is good as long as like you say, we keep the tradition going. In la música, and once they grow up, they're gonna know the difference between the norteño and tejano, and hopefully they'll stick to tejano, of course. But just loving music is a good thing.
I love that. So Miss Serene Everly has a question. She says, "I am a 10-year-old starting my music career in the industry and wanting to carry on this music genre. What advice can you give me?" She's an amazing singer, by the way.
Singer, yes, yeah. Scout, surround yourself with good musicians. it's very important to have a good band backing you up, not just because well, he says he knows how to play the accordion or the drums, but they have to be good. You need a good guidance. Maybe the parents are musically inclined. They can help you out too. And I can't stress enough practice. Practice. If you're a vocalist, if you're a guitar player, bajo player, keyboard player, or anything, I can't stress that enough. That practice is what's going to get you through.
Awesome. And she really wants to meet you one day. She loves you to death. She wants to meet you one day.
Where's she from?
San Antonio.
Oh, San Antonio. I think that I know where that's at.
I think we all know where that's at. That's at the Tejano
You think?
capital, David.
You think?
I think.
You think? You're gonna be at Fanfare, no?
We always do fanfare. We
Yeah.
have a booth there or what have you, or we'll play at a club or a venue
Yeah.
in San Antonio right around fanfare time.
Well, we'll see if Miss Serena is going to be at Fanfare, and we'll see if we can get her to meet you or something. That would be
All
good.
right.
But she really wants to meet you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So,
she's
David,
10
for
years
all the
old.
accordion players out there, how many
amazing.
accordions do you have sitting at home?
I want to say about 18, 19,
Oh,
maybe 20. They're on
Wow.
both.
Do you have one?
They're cases, yeah.
Do you name them? Do you name them?
No, not really, not really. They're just mostly are different colors, but I don't really name them.
Do you have one that you go to all the time, that you play all the time?
Yeah, I have a Honor Extreme. It's one of my favorites because that's what I started playing. Honor was the first accordion that my dad taught me how to play on, and come full circle. I mean, we went on to other brands, and because they look real flash, and they sounded good, of course. But then, shout out to Gilbert Reyes from our friends from Honor. These Honor accordions. They offered me a contract about. I think we've been together already 6 years. It was just like a 2-year contract, and I said, "What happens after 2 years?" He says, "It just keeps on going till you want, and you don't want Honor anymore. That's fine." I said, "No. I mean, I started with Honor, and I'm back with Honor accordions, so just keep them coming."
Nice. That's awesome. Have you ever had somebody make you one? Just make you like a personalized accordion?
Oh, we had a sponsor. We had a first sponsor that made me an accordion was Coors Light. We had a contract with Coors Light beer, and when we did the contract, my manager, okay, we need to tell these guys, Joey's my manager, so we need to tell them that I need 3 accordions, and they can put their logo on it and put my name on them.
Wow.
And we go to the meeting and discuss it, and we were like, "We can do that?" I said, "Yeah, we can do that. I mean, you're going to pay for them." So I had Coors Light accordions, I had Miller Lite accordions, and I had Justin Boots was one of our sponsors. También. Same thing. I told him, "I need 3 accordions." I said, "Oh, sure, order them, and we'll do it." So those were 9 accordions right there. And then not too long ago, my mom told me, "Mijo, why don't you sell your accordions?" I said, "Why would I sell them, Mom?" He said, "Well, I mean, just you need money or whatever, for whatever reason." I said, "Well, I can always use money because I'm a big spender." You know what? I want to give something back to my Tejano fans, so I started raffling them all. I did a raffle, and I sold like 100 tickets at $100 a pop, and different people, Tejano fans, they won the accordion. So of those 9, I think I have 2 of them left.
Awesome.
It's kind of hard for me to give up the chromatic accordion. It's just a bigger accordion, and everybody else, that wants to learn accordion usually learns like on a Panther, a 3-row button accordion. It's the easiest one to start when you're going to start learning how to play accordion. So I keep my chromatic ones, But yeah, those were 9 of the accordions that were personalized. And then
Yeah.
when Gilbert Reyes from Honer, I would always see him at the Conjunto Festival against San Antonio, Rosedale Park, and I would always tell him, "Hey, you go to Italy a lot, right?" I said, "Yeah, that's where our manufacturers are." I said, "Well, if you ever run into a small, kind of compact accordion, could you let me know?" And I'd like to buy one. And he said, "Yeah, no, I'll keep an eye out." Well, but lo and behold, when we signed this contract, he sent me, some accordions without my name on it, right? But they were Honor. And then one day he says, "I got you the chromatic you're asking for." I said, "Really?" Yeah. And he said, do I put your name on it or what?" I said, "Just put DLG on it. Everybody knows who it is. It don't have to be real flashy or nothing like that. But it's a black chromatic, and it's personalized a DLG on it, and it has the Honor label on it también. So yeah, that, and I have some other ones that that they gave me some other brands, Beltrami accordions. They made me one. They just asked, "What's your favorite color?" And I said, "Green." They said, "Okay." So they sent me a green Beltrami accordion with this one does have David Lee Garza on it. That one, and then another brand. It's called which one? My God, slipped my mind. But anyway, I I got an accordion from there, another company, and with my name on it también. But I like I said, I play Honor because they're my main sponsor, and it's just out of respect. And these other accordions are good accordions, and Gilbert will say, "Yeah, no, there are good accordions." But I wouldn't go out there and play another brand right now, as we speak.
Yeah.
Honor's my accordion. I'm sticking to that.
Nice. Do you ever have other artists sign your accordion? Do you have one accordion that other artists sign your accordion?
Oh no, I never asked anybody to sign my accordion. I've signed some of them, but they're not. They're just maybe a beginner or something. They're the big
Yeah.
artists. They're not gonna say, "I want David Lee to sign my accordion." you know. But people that are just starting out and they'll take their accordion to the gig or performance and say, "Would you sign my accordion?" I say, "Sure, sure, I'll sign it." So just people like that.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's
Well,
awesome.
David,
I
do you
love
happen to have
that.
an
And I
accordion
love
on
art.
hand?
Do what?
I said, do you happen to have an accordion on hand?
I just happened to.
Oh my gosh.
I got to take it out of a case.
You, you,
You want
you
to
see,
see one?
we make magic happen around here, David.
Do what?
I said, we make magic happen around here. We always get the artist to,
Hold on, hold on.
to play a little polka, a little cumbia, a little ranchera. Ladies and gentlemen, if you never heard David Lee Garza, please follow him all social media platforms. Look up their music, look up their old music, look up their new music. Follow David Lee. Look up where he's going to be performing at next, and follow him and go to a gig because I'm going to be looking up to see where he's performing next, and that's where we're going to be headed. So, David Lee Garza, Los Musicales are on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. He might play a cumbia, he might play a ranchera, he might play a polquita. Look at that accordion. Look how shiny that accordion is. Let's see if we can make him a little bit bigger.
I always ask Gilbert Reyes that I wanted to see Jordan model. This is a Steve Jordan model right here.
That's beautiful.
It's a nice accordion, David.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it sounded like Steve Jordan, but I can't play like Steve Jordan, so it's not gonna sound like Steve Jordan. Let me see. I'm gonna play you the first song, the first polka that I ever learned. And it's
Okay.
Wow, David.
So great. Yay. You're just so amazing.
Wow.
I'm always impressed with how people can do the accordion because there's so many buttons. I could never remember. Never. That's amazing.
I tell everybody that wants to play accordion, I said, it's like learning how to type on a typewriter. Well, there's no more typewriter, but your keyboard, you got to learn where all the keys are, right? That's the same thing with
Yeah.
accordion is. You memorize where all the sounds are, the different notes, and that's how you learn.
So if you can play the piano, can you play the accordion?
The piano is a little bit different. Piano is it's one of the hardest instruments to me. The piano and a guitar, to me, to save my life, I'll sit down on the piano and I'll pick at it and I can play a polka, but I can't sit down on the piano and have you sing a song and I'll back you up. I can't do that. Just some
Got it.
instrumental. I can wing it, like they say.
Got it. Got it. Because I can play the piano, but I can't, like, if I wanted to try and learn the thing like this, number one, it's too heavy for me. But I don't know if I could do it like this versus
If you don't
like
play
this.
piano, you just set it up like that, and you should be able to play over here.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Richie,
Well, we shall
Find a
see.
light accordion, like you say, they're very heavy. There's some are
Yeah.
big and heavy, so yeah. If you find a
Yeah.
smaller one, you'll be okay.
Okay. Well, we shall see, Mr. Garza. We shall see.
Richie Balderrama says, break out La Scala.
At the next podcast, you're gonna come up with an accordion.
Right? I'm gonna message you and be like, look what I'm doing, look what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Liam said, hey, I know how to play that song.
Liam, I taught
Yeah.
I taught his dad how to play that song, so I think his dad passed it on to him.
Oh, nice. How old is Liam?
And Liam, well, I'm gonna get in trouble now. What is he, about 8 years old? 8, 9?
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Maybe.
I love it when young people know how to do music or they're learning music. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Like my youngest son, well, he's not young. He's 21. He's my youngest.
Okay.
But he's into music. Like he loves music. So I love it when kids are into music. So yeah.
Good.
I love that at 8. Yeah. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Oh, he's 9. Sorry, he's 9.
Don't worry.
He says he's 9. Sorry, Mr. Garza.
Oh yeah,
I think you owe somebody an ice cream
He
pop.
called you out.
he did. I'm going to get in trouble.
He called you out. Uh-oh, Grandpa. Uh-oh. So how do you stay motivated and inspired if you have a creative block? Like if you're blocked and your creativity is like not it at the moment, how do you stay motivated?
I don't know. Just when we go work, one thing that's really changed the way we think, or we got older, and now the traveling takes a toll on us, you know. But once we get to the gig, like I told my mom, I thought, man, just getting to the gig it's a long road now. You know, we're younger. Oh, no problem. You know, we're going to down.
Yeah.
No problem. We get there and we play and everything. But now I told her it's the road wears you down a little bit. But once we get there, you know, we're back in the zone. You know, we're ready to play.
Yeah.
And we do what we do. That's what we do for a living. Play music.
Yeah.
You know, and enjoy it, and the people keep you motivated. You know, the fans getting up to dance and singing your. That's what keeps us going.
Yeah. Do you still get anxious before you get on stage, or is that over? Do you still get anxious when you get on stage?
No, not really. I'm just. It's I've been doing it so long.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. Yeah, a lot of people get nervous and just plain nervous. You know, hey, oh, we're gonna play here, we're gonna play there. Or there's a lot of people, or there's no people.
Yeah.
You know, it's our job just to get up there and do the best you can.
So if you weren't in the music industry, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't in the music industry, I don't know. I did a lot of jobs before we went full time in the music. I used to make bowling balls. There was a company here in San Antonio called the Columbia 300. We made bowling balls, and I would get the bowling balls with plastic. It's plastic in a mold, in a metal,
Uh-huh.
and we would take them out of the hot room. We call hot room because it was 128 degrees, so they would overnight. The next day, we would take them out of there and break those molds out, and you see the bowling ball. Of course, it still had to be shaved and everything.
Yeah.
I was there, and when I stopped working there, I was already like a lead man. I was moving up. In other words, I started from the very bottom, and I started moving
Yeah.
up, and I was doing okay. But then, se entró la loquera, and we said, "Oh, we want to play music full time." And I told him, I'm gonna have to leave. Not because I don't like the work and everything. I like everybody that I work with and everything, but this is a once in a lifetime chance, a dream,
Yeah.
to be a full time musician. And we're very blessed to be doing it for a long time already.
Yeah, I know. Look at you now. Wow.
The company's not there no more, but I don't know what I've been doing really besides
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Music is your calling. I love it. I love it. And look at you now.
Oh,
Forget bowling balls.
I mean, 55 years, David, that's a long time, man, and still going, man. And who knows how much more time you got, but you're giving us all the time you can. And you're recording great music. You're in the studio, on a professional studio. You're still keeping, the classic of David Lee Garza with the new with your new music, and it doesn't change. I mean, when you recorded this new one, right, with Peter Ostorido, it's got that old school David Lee feel. And most artists or most musicians would have changed it up a little bit. They would have changed it from the original style or the original stilo. And you guys kept it, puro David Lee, los musicales, the classic, got that still got that little feel to it, man. And you guys are still continuing to do what you guys love to do. Make
yeah,
music.
Hector Gutierrez had a lot to do with it because, like I said, he did play with us for about 4 years, and he said, "I know exactly what you're looking for." I said, "Well, can you put it together? We'll go and put our part on it. The accordion, the bass, the drums, the guitar." Yeah. He said, "I'll put it together." So when I heard it, I said, "Oh yeah. That's something that I think we sound like that." He laughs. But yeah, he had a lot to do with it. We want to thank Hector, for being there and doing that for us.
And David, when you're not in the studio, when you're not working on your videos, your music, and your career, what is something that you like to do when you're not doing music at home or in the yard, or what is something that you like to do?
I used to bowl. I worked at Columbia Bowling Balls, making bowling balls for 7 years, and I never bought a bowling ball. So when I quit there, se pasaron like 2 or 3 years went by, and one weekend we didn't work. And there's a bowling alley here in Pleasanton, about 8 miles away from us, right? And on a Saturday night, we went over there and just, hey, let's go bowling. I told the guys in the band. I said, yeah, let's go. I know how to bowl. I said, I don't know how to bowl, but I made bowling balls for 7 years, but I don't know how to bowl. So we went over there. We started having a lot of fun. The lady, the owner, came over and said, "You're having a good time?" I said, "Yeah, we're putting some beer away, anyways." And she said, "Why don't y'all join a league?" And I told her, "What's that?" She said, "We have a league here in Monday through Thursday, different leagues. Monday is a mixed league, and Tuesday is a men's, and Wednesday the ladies, and then Thursday is another mixed league." And I told her, "You know what? Maybe Monday would work for us because we work all weekend. We work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes Mondays too. But Monday would be work." I want to say that I bowled for 25 years. On nights.
Wow.
Wow.
I would look after the weekend. I look forward to go to the bowling alley, drinking some beer, relaxing, and bowling, having fun with all the guys. and I did that for 25 years. Then we got into golfing, and we would
Wow.
take clubs with us in the bus, and say we play in. I remember playing like in Midland, in Lubbock, and we'd get there early in the morning, and instead of going to sleep resting, we knew where all the golf courses were, so we'd get an Uber over there, or friends of ours would come pick us up, and we go play golf during the day. So bowling and golfing is one of the things that I enjoy doing. Not as much now because I think we got older. I have a golf tournament every year in October, Columbus Day, and it seems like that's the only time I golf anymore. Because the other days they're too hot or it's too cold to golf.
Yeah.
Tell my friends, we need to go golfing. Yeah, let's go golf Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday comes around, it's too hot. Yeah, you're right. I'm staying home. So,
Oh my God. I'm the worst at bowling, the worst. And if I go golfing, I'm not good at golfing either, but I do like to golf just because I like the longevity of it. It's
right.
good exercise. But bowling, forget about it. I'm the worst. It always goes in the gutter, 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 always. But
Yeah,
I love to go.
you got to
Yeah.
stick at it. I mean, golf is you hit one good shot and you're hooked. Oh man, did I?
Right.
Yeah, you come back and you'll never hit one again like that. At least not me. And yeah, it's a game. My brother Richard said, brother, let's take up golf. This is a game that you can bowl, you can golf to you're 80, 90 years old. Like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even 70 yet. I told him, and I don't want to golf anymore. Everything hurts.
Yeah. No, I love to golf. Yeah. I love it.
Well, David, if you ever need a golf lesson, you could always reach out to me because I went to school for it. So that's something I went to school for. I mean, of course, I mean, it doesn't show for it now because you see what I'm doing now, but um, I went to school for it. So if you ever need a lesson, I'm always there, man. And if you ever need a partner,
For sure, I need a lesson for sure. I picked up that golf club and started swinging it like it was all swinging over like a baseball bat. But I've just had a lesson. I've had pointers. They give me pointers. Well, you're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong. You're slicing. You're hooking the ball because you're standing this way and that way. And I started doing pretty good. Let me tell you. One day we were flying to Las Vegas to a convention over there, and at the airport I went to the store there, and they had magazines and stuff, and I saw the Golf Digest and or some golf something, and I picked it up and I took it, and on the plane I started reading it, and it said 21 things to think about before you hit the ball. Well, that messed
Oh, yeah. Right.
to my life. Reading that, it just messed me up. You can't think of all those things and hit the ball straight.
Right? Exactly. You're like, you're just thinking about hitting the ball. You're like, I don't want to think about anything else. Calm down. You're like, God, I can't even think about what I thought about a minute ago
Exactly.
versus what I just need to hit the ball.
Like,
I mean,
what
golly.
part of y'all in New Mexico?
I'm from Roswell, New
I'm in
Mexico.
Kansas. He's in New Mexico. I'm in Kansas.
From where?
I'm in Kansas City.
Okay.
I'm in Roswell, New Mexico, where the aliens are at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Last year we took a little trip right around the New Year after Christmas. Myself, my girlfriend, and another couple. We took a little trip and we said, let's go all the way to Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we passed Roswell and all the towns. We ended up in Albuquerque and stayed there about a couple of days. And it was cold, so we had to just be inside the casinos where it was warm. So we enjoyed it. We enjoyed that. The only thing, the food is very different. The Mexican food in New Mexico and our food that we're used to, it was very different. And we went to a restaurant. We asked around, hey, what's a good Mexican restaurant? Where y'all from? Texas. Okay, well, try this one over here. The guy said it's not exactly the same, but so we went in there, and I remember the late great Leonel Pulido, el tío de Roberto Pulido, played accordion. He passed about 10 years ago, and he always told me, Primo, you can never go wrong with a hamburger. So everybody else was trying the enchiladas and the rice and the beans and the tamales, and they were just looking at it. I don't know if y'all gonna like it, but look at my hamburger. My hamburger is good. Yeah, so that's one thing that's different. But I had a great time in New Mexico.
Mr. Garza Jr. says, ask you about your hole-in-one and your perfect game in bowling.
Yeah, yeah. I had a perfect game in bowling. I had a 300
Wow.
game. One of the Monday nights, and it was a league night. It was official. I got a ring to show for it, and
Oh, come.
I did that. And then the Pan Am Association of Golf uh, Association here in San Antonio, they had a tournament, and I got invited to it. And I went, and they said, you wanna buy into, I don't know, what's it called? I don't know what it's called. But you pay money, and if you get a hole in one, you make a lot of money and stuff like that. I said, yeah, I'll buy into a little bit. So I bought into it, but not thinking nothing of it. We at the tournament, hole number 8, I had a hole in one. So I tell everybody now. I tell everybody. Well, I had a perfect game in bowling. I had a hole in one in golf. What else is there to do? And I said, really?
You're like, and I'm DLG, so
Yeah,
what else is there?
I don't think I could
I've been in
do
the
it,
music industry
but I
55 years.
did
So,
it.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Is there anybody in the music industry that you would want to perform with that you haven't yet?
Pretty much perform with everybody that I can think of. I enjoyed. Still enjoy getting up on the stage with Little Joe. Little
Wow.
Joe La Familia.
Yeah.
Little Joe La Familia. We play together with them, and they tell me, don't wander off too far because we're gonna call you up. And I said, okay, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I
Yeah.
enjoy playing with those guys. Yeah, Little Joe's is a class act, uh, vocalist, performer.
Yes. Yes.
He's great.
Yeah.
And he's always got a great band also backing him up.
Yeah. 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 He's still got it. That's for sure.
Well, David, anytime you make your way down to New Mexico, Roswell, or Albuquerque, man, give us a call, man. And my house is your house, man. We'll cook you up some fajitas, some real Mexican food, some beans, tortillas, y enchiladas. We'll make it a jam session. That's for sure. My house is your house, man. Anytime you're coming through, man, don't ever hesitate, man. We'll be
Thank you so much.
you don't have to pay for a tour guide. Just buy me a chocolate milk and I'm good. No, just kidding. No, giving you a hard time. No, anytime you're coming through Roswell or coming to New Mexico, man, our doors are always open, man. We're looking forward to seeing you very, very soon at a town near you. So where are you performing at next, David? Anywhere soon for Christmas, New Year's, anywhere?
Saturday we're in Rosenberg. It's close to Houston, Richmond, Rosenberg area. It's outskirts of Houston, Texas. We'll be there on Saturday. Then the following week, we go down to the valley, down to Brownsville, Texas. And then the Christmas week, I know Christmas night for sure. We are here in San Antonio at Thirsty Horse Saloon. It's a dance hall club in San Antonio. That's on Christmas night, aquí in San Antonio. Then we don't work New Year's Eve. We haven't been working New Year's Eve in a while. The last time we did work, we went to Tucson, Arizona, to a casino, and we like those. It's a good drive, Pero I think Christmas is the last day we work this year, and then we don't work till the second week in January. And I just want to mention we're going on a cruise. We're having our first Los Musicales Tejano Country Cruise, January 4th, January 24th through the 29th. It's only a 5-day cruise because it's our first. We've been on several cruises. We did the Gary Hobbs cruise for about 3 or 4 years in a row, and then Gary decided to go take a J Ram and some other bands, which is fine. And we said, well, let's make our own cruise. So we're gonna try it out this coming year, January. So we're looking forward to that, and we have a lot of people going on it already that are fans of Los Musicales.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, big
Yes, sir.
congratulations,
Yes,
man.
sir.
It's awesome, man. And you know, I have never been on a cruise, so there's a lot of people that you know that we get on the show, David. They're like, "Hey, we're going on a cruise. We're going on the Gary Hobbs cruise. We're going on the Jay Pettis cruise." I'm like, "Ah, la máquina." Well, how do I sign up? How do I get to go on that? I mean, I never been on a cruise, especially
No.
with the Hano music involved. Ah, la máquina. You can't get any better than that. Party on the river or party on the ocean, actually.
Yeah, we're gonna have two dances. Like I said,
Wow.
it's only a day cruise, and we're gonna have 2 nights of dancing. And it's us, the Delta Boys, Mario Flores, Soda Creek Band is country. Gabe Garcia is gonna sing with Mario Flores and Ledez, Mark Ledesma, Ledez. They're playing. So all the bands we're all playing both nights. So you'll get to listen to all kinds of music each night. It's a 2 night performance. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be, you want some information on it, get on the Musicales Facebook page, and there's all the information is right there.
Awesome. Congratulations. I'm so thankful for your music, thankful for you, and just
Thank
your whole career and your 55 years of music. It's just inspirational to everybody in the music industry. And yeah, we're just so, so thankful for you.
Thank you very much. It's been a long and rewarding career. I mean, I wouldn't do it any other way. You know, the people tell me if you had to do it all over again, would you still do it? I said, heck yeah, do it. You know, and
Yeah.
we're feeling it now because we're older. But back in the day when I was 25 to 40 years old, oh man, it was a piece of cake. You know, we'd go work 4 or 5 days a week, rest up 1 or 2 days, and we're ready to go at it again. Now we work one day and we need 5 days to recover.
I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand. I'm not 30 like Henry over there.
Hey man, don't say that too loud. No, 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 David. We are very humbled and thrilled for everything you've done in the 55, 56 years, man. You've been performing, and thank you for paving the waves for our younger generation. And I'm sure everybody has looked up to you, who's followed David Lee Garza Los Musicales. So thank you so much for everything you have paved the way for. And I mean, I know it wasn't easy, paving the way for 55 years, and you're still trucking, you're still doing your thing, you're still active, you're still doing things you love to do. You got grandkids, you got kids that are loving the music, loving your music, and hopefully, everything pays off for yourself, and you get to see your grandchildren, your kids, pave a way for themselves. And we're very happy with everything you're doing. Congratulations on starting your own cruise. Looking forward seeing how that goes, and if
That's
there's
right.
anything we can do to help, David, if you need your flyers posted on our shows or on our pages, man, don't hesitate to send it to us. Get with your manager or promoter, and we'll be able to share all that information out there for you guys and help out. Get people to join the cruise, man. I mean, I know it's coming really, really soon. And the way I see it is, if the first year doesn't go well, there's always year number two to see. Hey, okay, what do we do wrong? What do we do right? Right, and you make it better for year number two, and then you get artists on there. And but congratulations on everything you're doing. Like I said, if there's anything we can do, we're here to help. I'm
Thank you
working
very
on
much.
my first annual award show here in Roswell. See if it goes well. I do know I'm going to be working on that very hard in the next few months. And just so you know, David Lee Garza is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award on behalf of New Mexico Latin Music Awards. So I'll be getting you an award for lifetime achievement along with the 4 others that I got lined up, David. So hopefully we can have you out here for our award show, and safe travels for you next week. Is there anything you'd like to say to your family, friends, people that support you, producers, managers, labels, anything out there?
Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. De parte de toda la familia Garza, all of us, all my brothers, my band members, all the musicales, they very appreciative of all the people that come out to our performances. They come out and support us, buy our music, buy our merchandise, and all I can say is, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and hopefully we'll be here several more years entertaining you.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait. We can't wait to hear the new music. Your new song with Pete Studio is amazing. I play it on repeat every day. I'm jamming to it. I know everybody else is. And we thank you so much for coming on today. Thank you for taking your time.
Yes,
Thank
David.
you for playing the accordion. Your fans are out there just loving everything that you're doing. And just again, thank you so, so much. We need to exchange information if possible. I would like to keep in touch for sure. So you can give me some pointers because I write music. I've written 74 songs. I just put out a song with Mr. Joe Leal, and it's doing really, really well. So you can give me some pointers and stuff. So yeah, that would be amazing. But again, just thank you for taking your time out and just you're amazing and inspiring and just yeah, thank you so, so, so much.
Thank you all very much for having me. I appreciate it. Again, and maybe we'll see you at Roswell or Kansas sometime.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yes, sir, David. God bless you. God bless you and your family. And God bless the band, David Lee Garza, Los Musicales. Be sure to look them up on social media platforms. Thank you, David, for so much of your time, an hour and a half of your time on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. God bless you.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. A nail in the coffin, man. A little over our time zone here, man. And you never know, man, what happens on our talk shows. And we did have a legend, the Godfather in La Onda, man. 55 years of puro sacrifice, blood, sweat, tears, and everything left it out there, man. 55 years, man. Still going strong with Freddie Records, man. Mr. David Lee Garza, Los Musicales are going strong. They got their own cruise starting 2026 from the 24th of January to the 29th, man. Look at David Lee Garza, Los Musicales' Facebook page to find out more information how to get signed up for your 5-day cruise and enjoy the cruise and enjoy some great Tejano and great country music by all those artists that he just mentioned. So Mercedes Renee, it's another nail in the book. Another one off a milestone on our podcast. We're getting these artists on the show, not just only for ourselves, but we're getting them out there for the fans out there. Big shout out to Fella Salinas out there, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hope we can be a part of her show in Milwaukee because they love Tejano out there. But yes, we've had Freddie Martinez on the show. I'm working on getting Ruben Ramos back on the show. We've had him on the show before. He's got some stuff working on. I'm working on getting Mark Ramos' daughter on the show. She's got a brand new song. It's an awesome single. So we're working on getting the daughter on the show. So we got Gil Jimenez tomorrow. That's the son of Flaco Jimenez. So we get to hear some interesting stories tomorrow as well. But yes, we're getting all these artists on our show. It's very, very, very warm welcoming to have these big name artists in this industry take time out of their big day to come on our show. Awesome gentlemen, right? Big inspiration to our Onda Tejano and Conjunto, man. I mean, been in the business 55 years, that's a long time.
Yes, yes, it was such an amazing interview. We were on for an hour and 40 minutes, so it was inspirational, and he's just such an inspiration to our music industry. And we are so blessed that he was taking the time out of his day to be with us. So yeah, that's a blessing. So again, thanks to him, thanks to Freddie Records, and thank you to our fans for tuning in today. Go ahead and like, share, follow. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow with Gil Jimenez. And we love you guys.
Yes, we love you guys so much, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, our new followers. Thank you to our moderators, Kendra Maniz, and also Dottie Hernandez, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. And man, we want to say thank you. Thank you to David Lee Garza, Los Musicales. Thank you to David Lee Garza Jr. And also thank you to Liam, the grandson of David Lee Garza. And thank you to Veronica Garza, David Vela, all our people that listen in, man. Thank y'all so much, man. We had Ralph Pacheco, Pacina, if I said that right. Sorry. We had a lot of people checking in. Also, we had my mom tuning in. We had my grandma tuning in. We had everybody tuning in from the New Mexico Radio Talk Show. Thank you all so much. If we covered everything, please go look up this interview, man. If you missed it, it'll be out there on all the platforms. It's right now on Facebook. Right now, it's going to be on YouTube as well, and it's going to be on Roku TV. So as soon as I'm done here, I'll upload it to Roku TV. Then I got to get ready for tomorrow's show. Then I got to get our host ready for the next show of the show. So Mercedes, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you, Hen Dog. Thank you, myself. Thank you to everybody. God bless. Have a good one, and we'll see
Bye,
you
guys.
soon.
Ciao.
Let me see if I can get it going on here. No, let me see. No, God bless, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with the New Mexico Radio Talk Show.com.
¿Quién pidió un mariachi?
Mira, ya quedó.
Yo, güey.
We're going over your song right now.
Well, let's do it, man.
Tengo todo lo que quiero y hasta de más. Amigos, mujeres, amores, podría decir que mi vida es ideal.
Ay, desde que te fuiste, nadie pregunta dónde estabas o a dónde vas. Mis noches son más tranquilas, podría decir que todo es felicidad.
Pero no es así, desde que no estás aquí. Se terminó el amor, contigo se marchó.
Pero no es así, la casa es fría y gris, las flores ya se secaron, sin tu amor se marchitaron.
Es que haces falta tú.
Y aunque a veces pretenda ser feliz sin ti,